The diamond in the rough is owned by Will's pal Loz, who had plans for this car that sadly never came to anything.
Personally, I find it quite exciting. You found the car. I like scrapyards. The only problem is you do tend to keep scrap in a scrapyard, don't you?
Yeah, you do. And this... Well, I think you'll find with this one, it's actually quite a good little number we've got here.
OK, well, it's not in a hedge, is it? That's really good. It's not behind 3 rows of cars, it's just behind 2 cars.
Yep.
They do have a lot of weeds growing out of them.
Yes.
But it's a Suzuki SJ410?
1.3.
1.3,
Yeah.
OK. Excellent.
Which is a really, really hot little car. It's the Samurai model.
Yeah.
So the SJ has been waiting, gathering rock for some idiots like us to come along and show it some love. Is this really the 4x4 of our dreams? Well, no, because Loz apparently wants $1,000 for the Suzuki. We still need to look at it though, and the first step is to drag the rotting car carcasses out of the way. Then our SJ, as a non-runner, gets the same treatment.
I reckon we are good to go there, Loz. You want to give it a gentle move backwards?
Well, the front wheels are rolling.
Lovely. Spin him round.
We've finally got access to the SJ.
It's like a ballet, wasn't it? Really precise.
Beautiful, but now this diamond is out of the rough. Oh, look, what a great little thing.
I think you're right. Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Gus.
Nice to meet you, Gus.
All right.
Hello, Loz. How's it going, mate? How are you?
Good.
Cool.
Well, it's great now it's out, doesn't it?
It's a beautiful little truck.
Yeah.
Pride and joy.
Yeah.
Of a few years ago. But if you are looking for one of these, and they are really sought after, this is the one that you want. It's the 1300 engine,
Yep.
which is better than the 1 litre.
Yep.
Very good off-road.
So what do you reckon the chances of getting it going?
Potentially, the only thing stopping it would be the fuel. The fuel's been in it 5 years.
It won't run on that, definitely.
No, but there's nothing. It's carburettor. You can get a jerry can. I'm sure you can. sort
Wasn't there some sort of issue with keys? How's that going?
There is an issue with keys. Unfortunately, I haven't managed to find them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Suzuki can't provide me with the codes, so I've had to buy a new set of locks and keys for you, but they're in the post.
So you reckon it shouldn't take us too long to get running?
I don't think so. No, 20 minutes is a good target, I reckon.
Cheers,
20
mate.
minutes, yeah.
That's a challenge, isn't it?
But it's the kind of challenge we like. I tried to pull the carb off to open the fuel line.
And I indulge in a little hot wiring, since we have no ignition key.
With a battery connected and a little fuel siphoning into the pump,
Right, that's in. You ready to roll?
I am pretty much. I've had to do a small improvisation, so
Okay.
this should try and start. Ooh,
Hey!
hey. Right, let's sort out that little problem. Ready for round 2?
Yeah, go on.
It'll take a moment for the fuel to come up, won't it?
Yeah.
If I pull this pipe off and fuel comes out, like that, then that means it's sucking it to the pump.
Clearly.
So it's just a case of getting it to keep on coming. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
we have ignition.
That's under its own effort now.
But our victory is short-lived.
It's got a bit of a leak in the fuel pump, that's what it is.
Driving the car with fuel being sprayed onto the manifold isn't that bright, even by our standards.
Yeah, it's throwing it out everywhere.
But still, it sounded nice, didn't
It's
it?
running.
Yeah.
Pow!
It sounded really nice, I thought.
It's time to decide. Buy it or bin it.
Well, at least we know it's running, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a real pity we're not going to be able to drive it around.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, and there's so much work to do.
Well, yeah.
Seats are manky, the carpets are mouldy, and look at the state of it all. I mean,
But we know, don't we, that this is going to come off. A good jet wash and a polish.
Yeah, it will do. It'll look $1 million in no time at all. But there's a lot of jobs to do on this car.
What do we think then? 500? 400? 500?
Start at 4.
He's never going to take that.
No, he's not.
He's never
But
gonna
we've got
take
to start low.
Okay.
Because he's going to have, he will start at $1,000. Where is he?
Who's in here?
Well then, heard it running, guys.
Yeah, that's a good sign, and it's almost definitely worth 400 quid.
The wheels?
You know, the whole thing.
Yeah, okay.
It's fair to say that that is not worth £1,000.
No, it's a pretty little truck with a bit of jet washing.
Yeah,
and a
there's
bit
a lot
of
of
polish.
stuff. There's a lot of stuff we've got to do to turn a profit
Yeah.
on. And you think we've got to make a return on it, otherwise there's no point in us taking it away, is there?
Agreed. And I do know the market, so we can meet somewhere, but
Yeah.
not £400. Sorry, guys.
500 quid.
600.
600
Yeah.
quid.
I think, personally, 600 seems about right, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah? You're going to go for it?
Definitely.
Nice one, Gus. Nice one, Will.
Cheers, Loza.
No worries.
Yeah.
He was clearly having a laugh when he said it stood for 5 years, wasn't he? It's atrocious. It looks to me like it stood for 10 years.
Well, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? But,
Awful.
I know. Look, I've got the ignition barrel for this, which needs fitting first. So that could be a me job.
Yeah, so we can start it on the key. That would be great, wouldn't it? Well, we know that that petrol pump was leaking through that gasket there, don't we? And I've got a new petrol pump, so that's good.
And if that fuel tank has been full of nasty old petrol for at least 5 years, possibly 10, we should give that a good old pump out. I'm going to get stuck into this ignition barrel.
OK, cool.
The ignition barrel seems almost like a dated concept, but the Suzuki certainly isn't one of those keyless ignition jobs. It's so simple, you just bolt it onto the steering column. Oh, that's typical, isn't it? Check this out. So, the problem with aftermarket parts is sometimes they don't fit. The ignition part of it all, that works, but the electrical side of it all doesn't fit together. So I'm now going to have to come up with a solution, which I suspect will be me splicing the old plug into the new plug to join onto the existing part of the loom. To test the ignition, Gus has found a battery in the workshop that should work, while I use spade terminals to attach a new wiring loom to the old box connector. Right, I'm all done with the ignition switch.
All right.
We can disconnect this now if you like.
OK, safety first and all.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And with one step taken forward, I've got the next job in the chain to do.
When we managed to get the car started down in the yard where we bought it, the petrol was pouring out from the two sections of the petrol pump. Basically, there's a rubber diaphragm between the two parts of the petrol pump, which goes up and down and brings the petrol up. And it's obviously perished because the petrol was pouring out. So I'm going to replace it.
Parts for the Suzuki are getting hard to find, but pumps are generic and can be sourced online for £30. Before unbolting it, you have to remove the rubber hoses and then pull off the pump, and the new unit will bolt back in. I use a bit of instant gasket, and on she goes. Of course, I need to get rid of the old fuel, which I do with my tried and tested siphoning. And I'll put a bit of clean unleaded in its place. And after all that, it's time to see, will the car actually run?
Right, okay, well I can't actually reach the throttle from here, but if I do the key bit. Yeah!
It does sound nice, doesn't it?
It's yeah. There's nothing wrong with the engine.
It's not the right carburettor though, is it?
No, it's yeah,
It's a Ford Weber.
Somebody's put something else on there, yeah. That sounds really, really, really nice. But it
really
has been
does.
sat around for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's given the oil plenty of time to get really thick.
Yeah, I think
Couldn't
that.
quieten everything down.
And once again, our victory is short-lived. Whoa, hold on, we've got a problem. We've got a problem. We've got petrol coming out of the... Oh, loads of it.
Oh.
Oh.
Pickup pipe seems to be stuck on with glue.
That's why it's got this little plate on it. There's been problems.
What, so you don't smell it?
That's that's awful. So what's happening is throwing petrol out of there should be welded or soldered into the tank and not just stuck in with bathroom sealer.
Yeah. Why don't we just drop the tank out? Because actually, we might have to get another tank, mightn't we?
Well, that's got some serious problems. Oh no.
That is just stuck
Right,
in.
okay.
I'll
Right.
drop the tank.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's nice to hear it running, isn't it?
Yeah, good achievement for today.
Still looks awful, though.
Yeah, it does.
We're both nervous about the fuel tank, so I'm going to drop it out. First up, I drain out the oil because it's got to come out anyway. Then jack her up, ready for extraction or a world of pain.
Wow, this is the first time we've had the car up. It's the first time I've looked under here. Wow. So when we realised that we had to take the fuel tank out, my heart sank because I don't know if we can find another fuel tank, and it's something that we didn't think we needed to do. It's time we didn't think we needed to spend. But now I look under here, I can see just how much damage is done by a car sitting idle in a scrapyard for, well, 5 years at least. There's rust on every single component on the suspension under here. It's a long way from being a car that someone's going to walk in and say, oh, that's the one I want to buy. We got the engine started, that's really good news, but it's a small step. It's a very small step along a very long journey with this car to get it to the place it needs to be. But we've only got a certain amount of time and we're just going to have to get on with it.
The fuel tank doesn't just drop out. The rear lights have to come out. That's nice.
Ooh.
But all these need to go so I can get access. Finally ready to get the tank out. As I remove it, I can see all the lines out of it are perished. This one is getting a one-way trip to the skip.
So Gus has already drained the oil out of this engine, which is good because it's been sat around for a long time. Give it a good oil change. I'm going to take over on the job. First thing I'm going to do is the oil filter. Now, the oil filter is the sort of thing that a lot of people could easily ignore or forget to change or think they're going to save a couple of quid. It's quite important that you do change it because a fresh oil filter, every time you change your oil, will prolong the life of your engine. To remove the old oil filter, I use this claw tool. Right, that's the old one off. Now, before you fit the new one, it's always worth wiping a bit of oil around this rubber seal. That's not to help it seal, that's so that when it's done up tight against the engine block, it doesn't jam on there. So in the future, when you need to change it, it comes undone easily. I always just use a bit of the old oil off the old filter. And the cherry on the cake is that despite costing several times more in a garage, we got this filter for less than a tenner. Do it up as tight as you can by hand. And then I can top up with a decent quality oil and see if Gus has got anywhere.
So I managed to get a new tank, which was difficult to find, but I got one on the internet. And everybody I've talked to has said the sender unit, which goes in here, is very, very delicate, and you will not find another one. So, odds on that's going to end up broken.
The new tank, which cost £150, looks nice and shiny, but I'm going to give it a coat of stone chip to, you've guessed it, to protect it against stones. Here's a job that Will would never do. I scrub up the old tank shield and try and get out the sender unit. A little penetrating fluid. Not with a hammer. And then...
So what do you think? Is that broken it or not? I don't think it's broken.
So my tank is pretty much there. And with the sender unit in, the fuel gauge will work. Now I've learned how to do it, the reassembly isn't too taxing. I get the Suzuki in the air, support the tank, connect up the fuel lines, offer up the shield, and bolt everything up before it all goes horribly wrong.
Well, that's that on, and as it stands, it's the most presentable bit of the car.
I've got a bit of a problem here because this air filter and filter box is from a Honda. The carburettor has got Ford written on the side of it, so none of these bits are supposed to fit together with a standard Snorkel kit arrangement that we've bought. So I'm going to have to be a little bit ingenious and change the plan very slightly. So I'm going to ditch this, and I'm going to bypass that area by using the pipes that we've got with the Snorkel kits to join that one to this one to this one. Now that gets all of the air from the ducted Snorkel system into the carburettor, and I can seal it all up and make it waterproof. But what it doesn't give me is an air filter. So I'm going to have to adapt to the top section of the Snorkel itself by putting an air filter into that section there, using the right sort of air filter foam that you can get from, you know, sort of rally shops and stuff like that. And then filter on the top of here, job done. I don't have the filter foam to hand yet, but I do have some super glue and some Jubilee clips to make my Frankenstein Snorkel system work. Snorkel is done. But it's too bad that we've got so little to show for our work so far.
Once we sample a truly excellent cuppa, we decide to tackle the suspension. The monster look just looks a bit silly.
So the philosophy is simple, isn't it? We've just got to put the ride height back to where it was.
Yeah, just take the axle from beneath the spring where it is now and take it and put it back on top of the spring and bolt it back on with all of this gubbins.
Thus giving us our 4-5 inches maybe of ride height back.
Exactly. And back to how it should be.
So we strip away the main suspension components, which are, of course, covered in dirt and rust. At least they're functioning though, which is something. We want to spend as little as possible, and accordingly, Will didn't bother getting us more plates for the axles, so hopefully the old ones are up to the job.
And once the suspension struts are disconnected, the axles, which have been put on in the wrong place, can be sorted out.
And that's what wily old Will bought the U-bolts for. But it's not a small job, and it takes us most of the day to release each axle.
Here we are, Gus.
What have you got? Oh, lovely.
2 U-bolts for you. They're a different
Thank you.
size to these ones. And all of these nice shiny new ones should be tons better than these rubbishy bits of bent threaded bar. The copper slip stops the threads from rusting in the future.
We expected to have to replace some bits, and sure enough, called Will's supplier for new track rod ends and new shocks. Another 200 quid gone west. And after all that time and money, what we're left with looks naked, but it's a great starting point for what happens next. It's going to get a lot better. So the harsh reality is that we've got 2/3 of a day to complete everything, including prep.
Some of the paint is a bit more damaged and needs a serious bit of attention. But the body of the Suzuki is surprisingly rust-free, and I can't wait to see how it comes up with our new paint.
I've had an idea of how to make this car really stand out. I'm going to spray the hinges and the headlight surrounds in satin black, which is going to stand out against the matte black of the car.
If you see this technique used on a concept car anytime soon, you'll know it was our idea.
And then it's a roller frenzy. The clock is ticking and the Suzuki is ready to transform.
It's wonderful so far. We even grab 15 seconds rest. But the rear bed is crying out for the next stage of our action plan. The paint goes everywhere, outside, inside. And Will does a deal with Loz to take the old big wheels back in exchange for the original ones, which get painted too.
And then a gift arrives from a lovely man in Scotland.
Is it a huge leg of lamb?
I'm hoping it's the hood for our car, so we ought to be careful opening it with sort of, well, we better not cut it with a knife, eh?
No. Small baby whale?
I don't want to shatter your illusions, Gus, but it really should be the hood for our Suzuki Jeep.
So you think it's the hood for the Suzuki?
I do, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. This is the only black hood we could find in the whole of the UK, and it cost 80 quid.
It's just a way of giving the Suz a bit more of that wind in the hair lifestyle feel, and is the full stop. So the Suzuki is done. We got her started, swapped the fuel tank, lowered the ride, added a snorkel and painted her up. She stands us in for a little over £1,400. And look, what a beast.
Right, you ready?
Yeah, go on. Quite as deep as I thought.
No.
It was good for a fear factor.
Felt good though, didn't it?
Come on then, so what's the verdict?
Well, you know what? It's not bad. It will need a bit of a clean because it's pretty filthy at the moment. And, you know, I'm not particularly bothered if nobody buys it because if they don't, I'm going to keep it.
You are not having this car. We are going to sell this car. Somebody will buy it. It is a very cool little car now.
It is a lot of fun, I can really safely say that.
And although we have a perfect day without breaking the car, we do face up to the fact that even with its new image, the advert doesn't win us the £2,750. And we drop the price to £2,000 for a relist, and that's when we get a visit. Colin knows his way around cars like the Suzuki, but will he like what he sees?
Colin, hello. I'm Gus. Pleased to meet you.
Right.
Hey, Colin, all right, mate?
Colin, you look like the sort of bloke who might be just about to buy our Suzuki Jeep.
I'm actually here on behalf of someone else today.
All right, so but this is the sort of thing they're after, are they?
Yeah, just a toy for the weekends, to be honest, so...
Well, that's exactly what this sort of car does best. A little Suzuki, we're to make anybody happy. They're brilliant little things.
Quite light, a lot of grip to it.
Yeah, they're great little cars.
Really are.
Yeah, it does look nice.
Hey, are you qualified to buy or just looking?
I've been sent out, but I've only got 1850 on me today. That's all I've been given.
That sounds like a sort of take it or leave it, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Which we'll definitely take, won't we?
Okay, lovely
Nice
stuff.
one, Colin.
Thank you, guys.
Nice one, Colin. Hope your mates enjoy the car.
Thank you.
1850 is short of our magic double.
But we made 400 quid and turned a shed into something amazing.
Well done, us.